When it comes to abortion, the future is anything but clear. Democrats we interviewed say a ban is definitely coming, but the Republicans we talked with say they are not certain at this point whether they'll go beyond the 12-week ban currently in place.
I am more pro-life than I am anything else.
Every Republican candidate we interviewed tells us they oppose abortion. Do you want to ban abortion in North Carolina?
I want to ban the killing of unborn children. I believe that life begins at conception, and I don't think that we should kill children in the womb.
But when it comes to asking about an outright ban on reproductive rights, GOP candidates are divided. Would you support a ban on abortion in America?
I would not support a total ban on abortion. I do think that there are situations such as the mother's health, if the pregnancy is a result of rape or incest.
Could you make it clear to the voters in this district where you stand on abortion?
Absolutely. I believe that abortion should be outlawed at any stage of pregnancy.
Period.
Period.
Any exceptions like incest, life of the mother, anything like that?
No exceptions.
I will support 12 weeks. I'm not looking to just ban altogether, and I'm always open when it comes from the life of the mother, rape, and incest.
Democrats we interviewed share the same view on abortion rights.
Politicians do not need to be in those conversations. They're already stressful enough. We do not need rowdy bureaucrats making decisions for doctors.
But some Democrats disagree over what role abortion will play in this year's election. You think it'll benefit your party, your candidacy, and other members of the Democratic Party at the polls?
I think I need some clarity on what you're saying, benefit.
Do you think it'll bring out votes? Do you think it'll help Democrats win at the ballot box?
I'm not sure that one issue will be the case of us winning or losing or affecting the races.
Do you think it'll be a deciding factor in not just your race, but in this election?
I do, absolutely.
And do you really believe that they would try to ban abortion outright or 6-week it?
I do, I really do. If I didn't, I wouldn't fight so hard.
Primary elections don't typically draw a big crowd of voters. In 2020, less than a third of the state's registered voters actually turned out. Will abortion increase the turnout? We'll find out soon. Bill O'Neill, WXII 12 News.